gals, and non-binary pals. Fat Sack here. It is the 2nd of September, 2019. It's about 3:12 p.m. where I am currently. And I am joined by my buddy, my friend, DailyEraser. How you doing, bud?
Oh, man. It's me, DailyEraser. A little hot.
Are you?
Salsa's a little hot.
You all right there?
They used some of my ghost peppers from the freezer in the salsa.
Or are you eating food?
Just a little bit.
Oh, okay. All right. Hi, DailyEraser.
Hi.
We are here on this lovely Monday afternoon. Happy Monday. How's your Monday been, DailyEraser?
Oh, it's been great.
It's been fantastic, let me tell you.
Yeah, let me tell you, it's been great. I'm getting ready for some Fallout roleplay.
That's good.
That aside for a bit.
It's good.
Yeah, it's been actually fantastic. I've been looking forward to this all week, my dude.
Yeah.
It's gonna be great.
Me too. We have been doing our Fallout Cypher stuff these last 2 Mondays with Ghosticus. And I kept putting out there if anybody else wanted to join in to let me know. And DailyEraser's like, me.
Pick me.
So we're adding him in.
Yeah!
Right now, the way we're going to do it is Eraser's character is going to be a solo character, doing his own thing with his own goals, but it's all taking place in the same timeline, in the same setting that Ghost's character, Gunther, is going through. So there will be potential for their stories to cross, and their influences and decisions and consequences to influence each other and all that kind of stuff like that. I am looking forward to getting that taken into account. I have been thinking about all sorts of fun ways to bring your character together, but for starting out, just for simply my own mental stability, we're going to be keeping the characters separate just to make sure that we can keep things rolling and everything like that. Yeah, so this is a bonus session for Fallout Cypher with Eraser's character. Later on tonight, we will be continuing with our regular session with Ghosticus and continue with his character later on tonight. So, if you like what you see here and you want to see more of it, there will be more of it today, because we ain't got nothing going on today. At least I don't have anything going on today. So,
Are you kidding me? I never have anything going on.
so that'll be fun. Let's see here. Before we get into it, the big thing that I want to go over is Eraser, you are fairly new to the Cypher System, correct? Have you actually ever played a Cypher System game at all?
Nope. Nope.
But I would say that you're probably fairly experienced as a tabletop role player.
Yes. That I know like the back of my hand.
Okay, cool.
I've been doing tabletop roleplay since I was about 7.
Okay, so this won't be like a big jump in terms of like, what is a die? How do you roll a die? What is a pen and paper kind of thing, I'm assuming.
No.
Okay.
Thankfully, that will not be an issue.
Cool. I wouldn't assume so, because we don't have any pens or papers. We're doing this all digitally, so...
How do I use the digital pencil?
Cypher System is very simple, very lovely, very eloquent, and I enjoy using it a lot, as Eraser knows, because he plays with me in our D&D game over on Resident Drifters channel, and I cannot stop whining and complaining about it. Oh ho ho, look at that host.
What? Me host never.
So yeah, the main thing to keep in mind, Eraser, is that this is a narrative-focused sort of roleplay kind of thing. There will be combat, obviously, because, Fallout does have combat stuff going on, and your character in particular does have stuff that's geared towards combat stuff. So we will be using that and everything like that. In your character sheet, remember that little sidebar panel has a bunch of like rules and things to remember for combat stuff that comes from the rule book, and also some of the homebrew rules that we're using for our stuff. And you can just kind of hover over it and see what kind of rules that you're going to be using and all that kind of stuff like that. Other than that, let's just kind of jump into it So your character, can you tell me your character's name and then give me the sentence for the Cypher System, like what his sentence is?
Well, the name's Ace Gammagun.
Eagle Screech.
Eagle Screech! And he is an explorer who serves justice with a gun.
So, you, instinctively, skipped out on his descriptor.
Yes, I did.
But,
I can't help that. That's my fault.
But it is a key aspect, especially for the Cypher System. So what is your descriptor?
Do I have to?
Yeah, you do.
Artificially intelligent.
Okay, so Ace Gammagun is an artificially intelligent explorer who serves justice with a gun. And that focus, serves justice with a gun, is just the flavor for, is licensed to carry from the core rulebook. So your character is a rootin' tootin' cowboy.
Yep.
In the wild wasteland of the Fallout universe. Why don't you explain a little bit about Ace? Give us a little backstory about him.
Well, Ace was just your typical sort of small-town boy, raised out west in a little old settlement.
Okay.
Family were ranchers raising Brahmin.
Okay.
His pop taught him how to shoot, how to hunt, how to fish, how to raise the cattle.
Okay.
But it was the holotapes that really taught him how to live. That code of honor really instilled that in him. Those old novels, those old stories of the long, far-off Western types.
Mm-hmm.
And when the fighting started out west and things started getting heavy, his dad went off to join the Rangers.
Okay.
Left him home alone and never came back.
Okay.
When his ma passed after that, he just had nothing else holding him back and decided, you know what? I'm gonna head out east.
Okay.
And he's been heading out east ever since.
Interesting.
Found his way to Texas.
So, where would you stay, like, general area? Where would you say that Ace started from? If he started one place and then started heading east?
I was out near Nevada, really, around the Vegas area.
Okay. Cool. So,
Hence his form address.
Oh, yes. So why don't you give us just a brief description of what your character looks like here?
Well, good old Gammagun here was what some might refer to as a rhinestone cowboy. A nice white cowboy hat,
Okay.
cowboy boots, and some good old-fashioned black and white leather jacket and whatnot, and some riding leathers. Unfortunately, on the trip out east, his horse may not have made it.
Okay.
Otherwise, he'd be riding into town.
Of course. All right. So, clearly, there is some disconnect between what Ace Gammagun presents himself to be and what he truly is. Isn't that right, Eraser?
Maybe a little bit. Just the tiniest bit.
Smidge? Just a smidge.
Just a smidge.
So, just to very briefly touch on it, we can get into it like in the game, but just to briefly touch on it, what is going on with Ace, and why? Why?
What do you mean? I mean, clearly he's a rootin' tootin' shootin' cowboy who's from out west, and definitely not any sort of animatronic from some theme park or something.
Yeah, of course not. Okay. All right. Cool.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Okay, so in terms of you already gave like a brief description of like what he wears and stuff like that. If someone were to see Ace, like say across the street, and they had to give a description of Ace, what would be some key features that would stick out? The silhouette, his demeanor, stuff like that.
How can someone who looks that ridiculous be that confident?
Okay.
Like just at a glance, How does somebody who looks like a rodeo clown practically take it that seriously?
Okay.
He's got that calm, cool, collected exterior. And diamond-studded boots?
Right.
It's that clash. It's that... And there's something about him that's just not quite right to the mind, where you got that feeling in the back of your head like there's something wrong, but you can't quite place it.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And people who have interacted with Ace, how would you say his demeanor was with them?
Well, he's definitely an idealist.
Okay.
Doesn't seem to really get the wasteland and the finer points. He's something of a sledgehammer.
Ah, okay. Okay, cool. That makes perfect sense. All right. So, with Ace, and the way that he is, and the way that he acts, if... Let's see, where is... I'm just looking at your character sheet real quick.
Oh, man. I should look at that, too. Oh,
Yeah, it's a good idea.
man. So much cool there.
Looking at your character sheet, what, like, just give a brief description from, like, head to toe. You already got the outfit. What other things would you notice on Ace as he walks into town?
Well, one of the first things you'd notice is really that wacky-looking device on his forearm.
Okay.
He's got this big ol' hunk of technology strapped there. One of those old-world Pip-Boys. The sort of thing that you don't really see too often. It's not that fancy schmancy 3000 model that most of the locals seem to be wearing. At least the ones from the vaults, anyway. It's one of those older 2000 models. But it's not the standard one. This one's more bulky. It's been built out and hulked out, covering up the entirety of that forearm from stem to stern.
Okay.
With a big ol' screen on the side. And he's got himself one hell of a sidearm.
Right. Yes, your character is primarily serves justice with a gun as his focus. What kind of gun are you dealing with right now?
Well, I'm glad you asked, Fatsack. Let's take a look at that wonderful gun being used by Ace Gammagun. It's the Watts 3500 Rad Reclaimer. Available from your local Watts distributor, this amazing gun uses patented Watts Wazer rifle technology in order to deliver a devastating blow of radioactive material into your target.
That sounds unethical.
Why, yes it is.
Okay. So yeah, that sounds great. That sounds lovely.
It's banned in 36 states.
Of course. Of course. So, from what I'm picturing here, from what you've told me and what we're putting together, Ace is a character, you would say.
Yes.
So with his rhinestone cowboy getup, how well kept is that?
Well, for the Wasteland, it looks like it's taking a bit more care than most people would give to pre-war tech like cars and guns, but it's still got a bit of that grime there. It's almost impossible to keep a white outfit clean for long.
Right.
Though sure as hell he seems to be spending a lot of time trying.
Of course. Of course. Okay, cool.